which works out perfectly. Because we may as well follow up Bonk's adventure with Super Bonk. And there's your information about the life system and everything. We didn't use any of the lives on screen, so we don't need to worry about resetting that. But of course, as usual, while the ads run, I'm going to be getting up. But the ads are obviously not here yet. So we won't be acting on any of that yet. It's a trap. Well, what do you know? It was in fact labeled as a trap. Maybe you should have paid attention to that, Bonk, instead of being more interested in the meat. And now Bonk is hurled through time. Just in time for the ads. Back in a moment. Okay, we might be back, we might not. Because as usual, the timers are being timers. But it was very funny seeing the demo be so uncertain about its movement. And an interesting thing just happened. One of those usual bot messages popped up, but this time apparently I guess Twitch has started a new detection thing because it popped up an allow deny with the label of smart detection. And I'm just gonna take a moment to check something because of that. Okay, no, it didn't change my auto mod settings. But it does now have a smart detection likely messages only thing. Basically, it'll base on typical actions moderators take to decide whether it should hold a message or not. That actually has the potential to be useful. That could actually be a good thing. As long as it works properly. Which, we'll see about that one. Okay. Let's get into gameplay again though, shall we? Now that everybody should be fully back. And yes, you weren't imagining it. All the sound was in fact only in one ear up until I fixed the audio there from stereo to mono. I mean, from mono to stereo, rather. Because this was in the era where some games actually started in mono, where you would only hear it on one side. Because this was far enough back where there were actual cases where you wouldn't be able to use stereo. Act 1, Bonk begins. How'd we get here? Why are we here? Notice there's statues of that Dinosaur King already, so, clearly us having been removed from the equation has led to him having great success. But as you might have seen in the demo, this is one of the ones where you can actually pick the flowers up, so you can use them to traverse in other locations. It's also the point where it actually keeps track of your smiles, unlike the NES game. There's also Giant Bonk. Crush tiny dinosaur with giant bonk power. Tiny Bonk, much less powerful than Big Bonk. Fear me anyway. Behold, I can still jump real high. And then I become normal size. So yeah, that's your tutorial about how the candies work. Meat. We become Angry Bonk, who shoots arrows out of his forehead for some reason. Don't question it. It's not gonna make sense. Just don't worry about it. How the hell do I get all the way up there? Wow. So I don't think I can, like, stack the flowers. Oh, I can just climb walls. I wasn't sure if I could still climb walls or if that wall in particular was going to be climbable until I tried. Big meat. Behold some of the weirder faces Bonk tends to make, and now you don't have to see it because it's a lot smaller. This is just a thing that happens to Bonk when he gets stronger. He starts spewing steam and or smoke out of his head and just has a whole time. Big heart. You'll notice his attack becomes a tongue attack as well. It's a whole thing. Oh, now we're back to Angie Bonk. Thankfully, we can break our way into here. Become normal size again, and go to a bonus room. I may need to close my curtain. I'm getting, like, hella glare right now. How do I pump it up, though, game? Oh, you know what? That makes nothing but sense. Am I supposed to make it blow up? Or is it just meant to be, like, as big as possible? Time's up? Nah. I guess I was supposed to make it explode, then. Understood. Down the sewer tube we go. Because we couldn't fit back down the other path anymore. Another bonus game. In the secret tunnel. Throw the flower into the basket. Ready? Start. Oh, he hurts me too. Okay. Overshot. Really, it's much better to just let them go in of their own volition, I think. Just by bouncing them up. The fact that this guy can hurt me is very upsetting, though. Let's go. Oh, I can stop him by hitting him, too. Okay. One more to go. Well, two more to go, rather. Let's go. Final shot. Wha! What? I lost time because I got hit. Ah. We got robbed at the last possible second. That was going in. I didn't even realize I was losing time when I got hit. You'll notice that the enemies all have, like, jobs now and everything as well. Like, you got guys with the climbing outfits, the guys with mining tools and everything. Rather than them all just being guys with axes. Oh yeah, and our powered-up form petrifies things. Like, they put a lot more detail in, which, obviously, you know, Super Nintendo game versus NES game, a lot can happen. That's not quite what I wanted to do. I can go back and get this one and make this situation work out. Now it came back, right. Hindsight being 2020 once again. You'll notice the evil plants are now green. Like, instead of being just like negative zone, they are just green. Ah, I'm small. You can't figure out where I am to harm me now. I'm too small to find. Pay no mind to the fact that his eyebrow is like the size of his sprite when he's climbing walls. Don't worry about that. The Bad City. Consume. Tumbling, 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 tumbling. Kill the evil. Climb up the clock tower, which seems oddly small. You'll notice... Oh. You'll notice that we have different bodies while we're in giant form. Like, you're a bird when you're in the second form, and full dinosaur with the biggest version of the the glowy form. Very silly. Oh, give. Oh, I can break that. You know what? That makes nothing but sense. Bird form. He even flaps his arms trying to fly. I'm too big to fit down that tunnel. There we go. No longer too big to fit down tunnel. This is fine, right? Just breaking the entire base out of a building. Nothing bad will happen to that, right? Oh, I can break the whole building, in fact. With my little boing head. Yes, Stream Deck, I know you want to update. I don't care. Why does this building have a skeleton? The world may never know. I guess, you know, the world's been taken over by dinosaurs, so they stuck to what they know. They just had, like, a reasonable facsimile of normal building hiding the true building underneath. Just a good old facade. If you're wondering if I'm gonna bother to destroy the whole building, the answer is maybe. Considering I got the part that I was expecting to have a problem hitting, the answer has changed dramatically to probably yes. Especially now that I realized I can just head dive through all the parts of the building like that. Need to get these two. Ah. It's a good thing this game doesn't have a timer that we can see. Oh. Come on, give me my flower. Over there. Problem is, every time the flower goes off screen, I lose it. Okay, that's the trick. I can choose to go through the whole pile or not as I see fit. If I hold the button, I go down through it. If I just bonk off of it, I can bounce back up. Come on. Like this. Which is way more efficient for dealing with this size of construction. Again, this is completely unnecessary what I'm doing here, but I'm having fun, and that's what matters. Because who wouldn't want to take a moment to enjoy a bit of demolition using the cranium of a small caveman? Anyway. So we can go into the subway, or we can go up and over. A heart. It looks like we can get up there as well and go up into the clouds. And actually go somewhere. Trampo clouds. Kinds of free goodies. There are also aliens up here, though. You know, of course there are. You wouldn't think, like, you know, going into space would find you aliens. No, just up in the clouds. They're just hanging out up there. Wow. See, the helicopter guy, he makes sense up here. The aliens are mildly surprising. Oh, I'm small. I can deny it no longer. I'm small. Looks like this was mostly a bonus area, though. Jurassic Bay. Oh. Butterflies can enhance their size with the candy as well, as it turns out. So we've got giant butterflies. No, I wish to up. God damn you. Okay, fine. What I was gonna do was try to fly at the butterfly while I'm tiny to see if I can ride on it. I can! Let's go! Onward, faithful steed! To glory! No. Just getting all kinds of free goodies just by riding along on the butterfly. Oh, that guy tried to get me. He thought he could do it. He thought he was cool like that. He's not. Neither is that one. Does this just like skip the stage if I just stay on the butterfly? Because that would be the funniest outcome. Oh, somebody finally hit me because I looked away because I was safe for so long. Ooh, an extra life. That'll be useful. I'm assuming if you're regular size, you probably can't ride on these because they would be your size at that point, basically. I don't know why I would take that butterfly that's going back the other way. That seems like a waste of my time. Unless maybe there's something even higher up. Or maybe you might not have thought to jump for those items, so you would be able to fly directly to the other items that way. Huh? What's this? Oh, that was just a void, but I think that was the only path we could take. The Jurassic Sea, with dinosaurs with way larger lips than they needed. You know what? We're just gonna not think about it. Just don't think too hard about it. I'm gonna stay small, I think. Because my hitbox is way smaller this way. Our range is the same. So there's really not a downside to being tiny bonk at the moment. Oh, the bonus room might turn me back into normal size, though. Yep. Get items and get to the exit. Ready? Start. Oh boy. We are pinballing. I have very minimal control over my life right now. I want you to know that. I literally have not controlled anything since we started bouncing, particularly. There we go. It's working so far for the most part, though. I do have a little bit of control, just not a lot. I'm starting to figure out how to seize control of this situation. There we go. Yeah, just the second I bounced the first time, I just, like, full-on lost control of Bonk completely. And no amount of fighting it was working at first, because there was just too much power behind the first bounce we took. Problem is, I don't know where the exit is. Hoping it's up this way. Well, there it is. I was right that it was up that way, just not quite where I thought it was, and I am now in bouncing hell again. We're not making it. I'm pretty sure if I don't make it up there, I lose all the items. Oh no, I do still get item credit. Okay, that's good at least. Very good. Was it though? I didn't make it to the exit. Okay, good. I remain tiny. Health extension, let's go. Aha, I was right to remain small, because I could squeeze through here. What would you even do if you went back to normal size Bonk then? Like, I guess there would have to be another way around you'd have to take. That guy's gonna try to crush me. Yeah. I saw through your clever ruse. There's another regular size thing, but there's a small hole here. Oh, that must be another entrance to this area. Well, I accidentally became normal again, so I guess I'm normal. Do not wish to be consumed by a massive lift monsters, please. Okay, you are not a threat. Thankfully, they're timed, like, perfectly for me to get around them, except this one. This one's desynced from the others. Ah. Oh, Bonk is now crab. I forgot this is one of the ones that has more transformations. So getting crushed is actually not inherently a negative. Depends on how you feel about being Bonk Crab. It's like, the Bonk games start off kind of weird, and then as you can see, as they continue on, they get weirder rather than less weird. Shoot the smiley and get items. We are Air Zonk now. Oh, I have to actually collect them after I shoot them. I thought... Well, then again, it did say and get items. Healing... I should probably stop spam firing at them so early then. Shoot them when I'm ready to collect them. Okay, you can get hit in this as well. That's why I couldn't pick up that other one that I was on top of. 15 smiles. Very good. Crab form moves way better in the water, in case people haven't figured out the fact that it's because I'm in crab mode that I can zip up and down like that. Now, wait a minute, though. That's where I came from up there. So where am I meant to be going? Or am I meant to go back up? Because there's no other paths to take. Am I meant to climb back up the hole I went down? Because this, I believe, was listed as being the longest of the ones I looked at. Like, this was like double the time of the other Bonk games. And I'm starting to think that that's because of the pathing involved here. There we go, return to Bonk. Can I even climb up this? I can, okay. Where am I going? Oh, I guess I just walk out of here to the right, huh? Okay, you know what? Fair enough. Jump to the sky. The jump wheel. There we go. I was like, is there actually somewhere up here to go? The answer is past the clouds and you just go into the sky. Attention, please. I like that they have stage names for all these places and they all are actually like on screen conveniently. That's fun. Okay, you stopped giving score. You get to die now. You are not allowed to die until you stop giving me points. Use the flower and get items. Ready, start. Now, is this going to be a case of I lose immediately upon hitting the ground? That's going to be the fun question. The answer is no, but I am losing time. Also, the fucking slowdown. Holy hell. There's so many objects. Not to mention the moving flowers probably don't help. We're getting a decent bit, but nowhere near as much as we could if I understood how to do this better. It's like, some of those are way up there. I don't know how they expect you to do that. It would help if the timing on jumping off those was better, though. Because I press jump when you think you should, and it doesn't fire it half the time. Oh well. It was a bonus game at least, so it's not like it was pivotal that I did that correctly. big heart that I don't need. I will take it anyway. Become tiny Bonk. Whittle. Ah. Yo, Bird Bonk returns. Oh god, they've got a tank. Juggle the tank. Oh, I've gone inside. I did not mean to go inside, but I'm inside now. I can also barely see myself because I'm so small. Oh, I wasn't going that way, as it turns out. Okay. Ah! I have been... Oh. Because I'm small, I actually got, like, fully consumed by that enemy. Oh, boy. You know, there's a time where you have to wonder if maybe they went too far with adding mechanics to something. And this might be one of them. There's his heart over there. It's a shame I can't just walk over there and crush his heart to get rid of him. Oh, through his intestines we go. Way. And then we got pooped out. And now we're fine. And I resume normal size, which is not what I wanted. This is for trying to jump me when I came up the ladder. Get bullied, idiot. Get wrecked. Thankfully we can shrink here. I think I can go back down the ladder. Yes, I can. Because there's a bunch of stuff in here, including a health extension. And another bonus game. Go to the exit through the pipe. Ready? Start. Hope you like pipe maze. I feel like I'm going a useful direction. Just kind of taking paths that have items on them and hoping for the best. Oh wait, hang on, we were close to the exit there. That's not the one I wanted to go in! The D-pad did the thing where it reads down even though I was pressing to the left. I think we were on this one already, weren't we? Yeah, we were. Shit. It's one of these to the left then. That one. Okay, it doesn't let you follow the path you were in. I was hoping I could maybe spit myself out where I wanted to go. We did well for not having any idea where I was going, though. Unfortunately, Tiny Bonk cannot become even tinier. That would be very funny, though. You just become like 2 pixels on the screen. We head. That sure was a sound they chose. I see some traditions never change, where I'm allowed to just bully this guy by getting high enough. Yep, boss down. Easy game. The power of Tiny Bonk. Stage 1 clear. Yeah, that was all one stage, which is why I said this one's gonna take longer. Because all of those sections were just one stage. Ah! As Bonk falls out of the sky. Now where the hell are we? Act 2, Escape from Jurassic Island. Well, that answers that question. Feels a little odd to go from some future place back to Jurassic Island. Okay, that's damage. I thought I was meant to, like, walk up the foot and go somewhere. Wow. Wait. Wait. Good to know that that does damage. Does that mean also... No, when I rotate, I don't do damage. Okay. But thankfully, we can just use the power of up. Okay, the whole leg hurts. Oh god. I'm crab. Oh, that means I need to go back. Because I need to touch that candy to turn back to normal. Whoop. If you're not careful, you could just get caught in a loop there. It really is impressive in the wrong direction that this lot is getting beat up by a tiny caveman. Doesn't even have weapons or anything, he's just got a big old noggin, and then he's just bashing him with. That was a neat party trick I did by accident, paralyzing him before he had a chance to actually finish forming into the evil plant. Yep. Oh, apparently, while I'm spinning like this, I do not get turned into Tiny Bonk. So no. We have 6 hearts already. Isn't that as many as we had at the end of the last game? I'm sure that is exactly how many we had before. Oh, they don't want you not getting Tiny Bonk to get in here, I guess. Oh, I mentioned it at the start yesterday, but I'll talk about it again because it's in my brain and is no intention of leaving. Don't be surprised if you see a bunch of new art coming out soon, as we will have a whole pirate crew, basically, of art soon. Because I have decided that that is where the lore is going now. Now, how much any of the rest of the crew will appear on the stream? That's a good question. I don't know if I'm going to start having them take over for some of the other model options, or what yet. But there's ideas in both directions, and I haven't decided where I want to go in that regard yet. As it stands, they're more of a for fun, extra lore piece thing at the moment. Because, like, technically the pirate suit was never meant to be, like, the only version of Drac at all anyway, so leaning more into that kind of goes back and forth between, like, yes, this is what I want, but also it's not the be-all, end-all either. I really do enjoy that the enemies can pick the candy up and be affected as well. It's not just, like, Bonk is the only one that can be affected by the candy. I know I'm going back and forth in thoughts here. You're just gonna have to bear with as things happen on screen. I will be reacting to that too while I'm finishing that thought. So the thought kind of was completed at the time regardless. There's more things to add to it, but that was a complete thought in and of itself. It's interesting how it turns you specifically into the crab for this section. The reason why it's interesting is because there's even a flying pose for Bonk, because it's literally in the intro that he has the flying pose, so I wonder why they chose specifically crab. I guess maybe it's just a thing. There's the +4. We missed only a couple this time. We did a lot better. Very good. I think I need to do a perfect to get an extra life out of those. Yeah, we got two other characters joining the lore soon. I won't be naming or explaining them yet because they're still forming, but there's 2 more members of the crew that's going to exist soon. I don't know which candy I need to have. I feel like the giant candy was a detriment, though. It allows me to get up here, or better, but I can't actually get in there. Bonk. And now we are Big Crab, which I guess allows me to get around while big. So that kind of worked. There we go, become normal size. Yeah, I'm really leaning that they made the big candies in this bonus stage as a trap. There's the goal up there. There we go, we're up here now. The exit's literally just right over here. Getting in there, though, is a whole other matter. Do I need to be small to fit in there? It doesn't look like I should need to be small to get in there, but I might. And I think I'm SOL now. Or was the exit here and I... Yes! We barely made it. We had 1 second left. Good! Oh boy. Oh, I have my windows layered wrong. Just realized. Okay. Didn't miss anything there, thankfully, but I did have my windows were layered in such a way that I couldn't see the donation tracker anymore. And there we go, out of the alligator cave. Into black hole. I'm gonna assume oh, fuck's sake, D-pad! I was literally pressing up to avoid that happening, and yet it happened anyway. What I was gonna say is clearly all the circles were intended to indicate that that's what you wanted to do. Howdy, Natra. Out of the burning. Up to 10 again, I see. Making great progress. So the funny thing is I'm currently going backwards. Rage. What's this bonus game? Get items and get to the exit. Okay, I can do that. I go place, get thing. And then go place. All of these. Just gonna leisurely bounce around. Looks like the exit's gonna be up here at the top somewhere, because these are just trending further and further upward. That would make sense. Either that or up is for items and across would be just like right to the exit. Which would be very funny. You can't tell, but this does have like a little bit of the weird stiffness from the previous game still. Oh my god. We're gonna miss the exit just because the bouncing is just that little bit stiff. Because you have some air control, but you do still have... You're caught between air control and committed jump arc. They hadn't quite got it fully right yet. Ow. The idea is you were supposed to use all those little guys to go across. I mean, it was just a bonus stage, so even if I fell all the way down, it wouldn't have mattered. It would have just been mildly inconvenient. Okay, these are both question marks. This one leads to the path on the right, though, which is the way out. And now we're in a room? This is making less sense by the minute, and you know what? I'm simultaneously here for it and very concerned about the people that made this game. Oh, the light switch actually works. Huh. That's neat. Need to get in the door, or there we go. Just pass through the keyhole to get from room to room. Bonus game. There's a lot of bonus stages. Use the flowers and get items. Oh, here we go again. You wanted to see me fall all the way down? Good news, you're gonna see it plenty in this bonus game. I fall all the time in this one, especially when it just doesn't bounce for some reason. I don't know how you're supposed to get those higher ones. Because it makes it feel like you're meant to bounce off that and go higher than you actually can. But what I think is actually the case is you're meant to, like, go back down off of that one. I need to remember that I can hover as well. Because these games are definitely designed with the hover in mind.
Welcome to your doom.
Can't really be doomed in a bonus stage. Wait. Yes, I got them all! Excellent. Bonus, 10,000 points. Relatively speaking, there's 0. We beat one game already, and we're making good progress in Super Bonk so far. How you doing? Speed. Dunk. The darkness. Yeah, I know the feeling there. No, my money. He stole some of my smiles. You should find food if you're hungry. Food good. Yeah, I figured that was evil. Wait. Super Crab Bonk. I love that they even let you turn the TV on. The amount of little details in this game, I tell ya. You are evil. Face the power of Angry Bonk. There we go. Now we're just bebopping along. But apparently going near this glass made me smaller. Okay. How do I proceed here? What? I'm leaving. I don't... Oh, nope, I can't leave. Okay... Oh, right, I can spin around that. Okay. Yeah, the Bonk games are all very strange and unique. Like, across the board. Like, they're consistent within themselves what they are, but compared to literally any other series ever, pretty much, they're different. Okay, I've gone in another dinosaur, because Bonk has to go in a dinosaur at some point. Inner Voyage. There we go, I have become small, so now I can pass through there, but first... steal his food from inside his body to become stronger. I'm gonna guess the, like, devil guy there's like an antibody or something. Trying to stop me doing whatever it is I'm doing in here. But first, bonus game. That's nothing new. But first, jumping on flowers again. There we go. Starting to get the hang of this. I missed one. No! That was the last one. That one right there is the last item. We could have had it so quick if I hadn't missed that one smiley face. There we go. Excellent. Bonus 10,000 points. Hit boxes. Whoop. I mean, really, I'm helping him. Look at all these blockages he's got going on in here, and I'm breaking them down for him. Clearly, I'm here to help. So, you know, mildly tapeworm-esque that I'm eating the food that's inside him, but, you know, don't worry about that. It's funny how that works, isn't it? To be fair, in the previous stages, we had just, like, done disastrously bad at that bonus game, and I've just apparently learned what to do, which is actually remember I have the tumble hover, and then it all works out. The power of learning. Oh, here we go with this one again. Now remember, don't go pinballing around so badly this time. And then this one will probably also go a lot better. I kind of just let Bonk bounce off the walls last time and just go where he would, and it didn't go the best. Oh god, losing control. I'll leave that one piece of fruit over there. I'm more interested in finding the exit. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be in the same spot it was last time. This doesn't seem like these... Yeah, it's in the same place. Because these bonus games don't seem like they change. They just made a bunch of bonus games. There we go. Probably should have gotten all of the items, though, rather than rushing the exit. I just wanted out of that one. There we go, back to normal size. Not really sure. Oh, probably so I can break the boulders that we were at before. The big ones over here. No? And why did I want to be big? Yeah, each upgrade form has a different climbing animation. The max upgrade breaks through the territory by biting it. The regular form climbs with his hands. And so does the other one. Let go of the thing, Bonk. God damn it, Bonk. You can't blame me for this, bud. You're the one hurting yourself because you're not listening. Like, they went all in on weird with these, and I love it. I like this path. And this is the only one that says anything good, so clearly we want to go this way. I didn't want to go down the hole yet. Where am I going? Oh, all the way over here. I can read these paths pretty quick, but I can only read the parts I can, you know, see. Okay, that puts me back here. Obviously, we go here. Puts us out down here. This one's just all mystery. We went in the middle one before, so let's go down this one. Oh, that was the exit. Perfect. And now we're in the bloodstream. Clearly, I'm not the only parasite in here, judging from that thing. Look at these happy little guys, though. They're having a great time. Now, the best question of the day is, where the hell am I going? Like, obviously, I saw those arrows, but they weren't pointing in the most useful of directions. Ow. It's a good thing I have a lot of health at this point. Because for those coming in late, we've been picking up health extensions, is why I have 6 health. You ordinarily start with 3. 3, as you might imagine, would be a lot more complicated to just damage boost your way through these situations with. Oh, they want me dead. Oh, they're just... Oh, this is the boss, isn't it? I'm gonna beat up all these, and then they're gonna go summon their big friend. This Jack Frost-ass grin here. Oh, he's got a mustache, too. Look at him. Spin, spin. I'm very rapidly dying to contact damage with the main body, though. Seems like as long as I time these attacks properly, I'm not really in any real danger, particularly, though. Okay, it looks like I need to turn each of these yellow. One more. Or left to turn. Get back here. Stop running from me. Stop killing me with contact damage. Okay, they're all yellow now, so I guess there's more than one phase to these little dots here. I'm gonna lose a life here. That's pretty much a given at this point. Yep. Rise from your grave, Bonk. Unfortunately, we don't get the full complement of health back. We only get 3 hits, but it'll have to do. It's unfortunate that I'm now 2 for 2 for being tiny when I get to a boss fight, so I have no range for these fights. Like, on the other fight, it didn't matter. This one, range would be rather nice to have. Because you'll notice half the time I'm hitting myself when I spin him. Because I don't have enough reach to avoid doing that. Oh, when they're red, they're done. Because I just kept trying to hit that one and nothing happened. So he's very close to death. Just gotta keep hitting that one that's left and we'll be in business here. Come here, you. Oh my god. Problem is, my movement in the water is so slow. And then he explode. We did it! Stage 2 clear. It's taken us an hour to beat 2 stages. I'm a little worried about how long this is gonna take. This, I think, was listed at like 2 to 2.5 hours, something like that. Might even be 3, and that's why I'm confusing myself. We got sneezed out. We killed the virus that was in him, and we still will get sneezed out. Act 3, Lunar Mystery. We do have ads coming up in just a moment here, though. Oh. Bonk once again proving he can breathe in space for some reason. Oh, we're losing our smiles to meteors. Alien. Die. First contact with an alien race, and what do? I crack their helmet and watch them die. Yeah, that tracks. Thankfully, we have 5 lives left, so I'm not too concerned about what happened with that boss fight, even though I would have rather, you know, not die. Really rather stop bouncing off these walls so much. You know, I can wish for anything and not get it. Bonus game. Gib. No. Okay, the spikes actually helped there because they stopped my momentum. Away! Oh, it's the balloon again. I'm really not sure how you're meant to do this faster. Probably just, like, time your jumps and slams better is probably the only move you have. So I don't think I can hit it from the ground. Oh, I can just jump on it. I don't have to headbang on it. That's probably how it's meant to be done faster then, is not head slamming, because you have less recovery time needed if you don't slam. Oh my god. Okay, the ads are here, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop once I get into this tunnel properly. There we go. Back in a moment while I refill my drink and do the usual break things, so if you need to get up and do anything, now's the time to do it as well. Back in a moment.
For every task there's a proper tool, sometimes more than one.
I see you found one of the new sound alerts while I was away, Natra. I added like 5 of them this morning that I had sitting around that I kept meaning to put in and then didn't end up putting in, and then...
Oh, boss, that's a good trick.
There you go. Yeah, I was reminded of that one and one other one specifically because we had played a bit of Popful Mail during the Drac attack. Because that game is a damn goldmine of stupid sounds and such to work with. I did only put 2 in from that game right now, though, because there's some of them that I'm thinking about trimming to put them into use because they're really long. As it stands, those are a little on the longer side. I'm worried that if a sound alert's too long, it starts getting more disruptive. But I'm still kind of batting back and forth how to work around with that. But we are just about back from the ads here completely. So I'll just give it the other 20 seconds just in case. No, we're not gonna have it get more disruptive because I will not tolerate it after a point. Uh-huh. Don't worry, I believe you. You can hear all of the trust and belief in the voice I'm saying it with right now. Welcome back from the ads, y'all. Let's get moving. And it's one of those things where it's like, even if I chose, foolishly or otherwise, to trust everybody that is currently here to behave themselves with it, the simple fact of the matter is, at any point, new people could come in, since those don't cost that much, and it would become a nightmare of people just, like, mashing buttons and things at any potential point. Like, even if people don't, like, mash the same one repeatedly, it would just become, like, a chain of them getting used. And then I wouldn't be able to get a word in anymore. Or, for example... Oh yeah, you totally can't spam with 92,000 channel points when they're all like 100 or 200 at all, no. That would never be a thing that would be possible. You could only use them, you know, 9,200 times. That couldn't possibly ever be disruptive in the slightest. Which that's also why they're not that loud, is because otherwise they would become a major problem. Yeah, exactly. That is the lesson I've made sure to instill in everyone constantly, is if you fuck around, you will find out, because it will be taken away from you. That's why I didn't even really worry about putting, like, major cooldowns or anything on these this time. That is arguably a trust exercise in and of itself at the moment. But it's also a matter of the second it gets spammed, it's going away. So it's kind of a self-maintaining system at that point. Yeah, I didn't think I was making that one, and now I've lost 3 of them for trying to be greedy and grabbing all of them. Same results as before. Very good. And honestly, most of the sounds I picked I don't think are things people are going to ever want to spam anyway, because they wouldn't sound at all even, like, funny spammed. Particularly. Which is why I didn't actually put in some of the ones I thought about doing, because those were going to be very spammy. I do miss a couple of the sounds I used to have back when we had sound alerts before they went AI and became dog shit. I've not been able to find sound files I'm happy with for those particular sounds myself yet. That's the idea. That's what those are there to be, in my mind. And some of them definitely have great potential to just be played at like the most inappropriate times during a cutscene or something and have it be great. See why this is called Rage Cave now. I just want to get back up. Help. They want you to be small, Bonk, but I don't understand how that's a benefit in this situation. Like, it seems like a matter of just getting the exact right jump and the right height. Come on. Like, it almost seems like it's impossible to get back up. So I presume then that that's not what I'm meant to do. But I don't fully understand what they want me to... I hate this fucking D-pad so much. Fun fact, you might wonder, well, why'd you walk off that side? I pressed up. Just straight up. Didn't push any side to side. Straight up. And it walked me off to the left. This D-pad on this 8-bit-do controller is a fucking menace. Though I'll be honest, I don't think I've seen a single D-pad on any controller that I've been happy with. Every single D-pad I've ever used has had a version of that problem, where the input is not perfect. But unfortunately, if you're really aiming to use a D-pad heavily, you're probably looking for perfect directional control. Because if you're not looking for perfect directional control, why wouldn't you just use a stick? The stick is much more comfortable. Oh, I think I'm starting to get it. Keyword, starting to get it. When it, you know, decides to bounce off the wall, I don't really know why he didn't that time. This cave sucks ass. This cave sucks ass. Really sucks ass. Because the idea is we were losing height on our first wall bounce. That's part of the problem. The problem is that's way more precise than a game like this really should be asking of you. Especially when having control over what Bonk's doing is arguably a suggestion more than a reality at times. See, that's how you're meant to climb walls with it. Is by waiting more when you first launch off of the wall. Problem is, getting around that corner is still, like, an absolute bitch. How the fuck are you meant to do this? Like, this has to be like you bounce off the exact right spot on the wall and react quick enough. That's, like, the only thing I'm seeing here. Problem is, you need to get around that corner at the right height, not hit your head, and catch on to the fact you got the height you needed before he falls enough, which is like a frame or two. This is so stupid. You know what, while I let my brain cool for a second off of this, let me just play you the other ones I added so you understand what the new ones are.
Time to raise some havoc. The dogs of war are loose. Seek and ye shall find, they say, but they don't say what you'll find.
That's bad, right?
And there was one more. Because you heard proper tool. That one.
I think you're knocking something loose into my head. Oh, I think I'm dead.
There you go. That's all the new sounds that were added. Come on, Bonk. Get around the corner. Get around the corner. They can't be expecting me to, like, launch myself across both ways, right? That seems physically impossible. Of course, if you'd asked me from a few minutes ago, I would have said getting up that ledge back to where we started would be impossible, too. Does this game have a run button that I'm not realizing about? The answer may surprise you in that I think there might actually be a run button. But I need to get... No, that was just when I turned around too fast. Okay. Because I'd gotten that little brake screech to happen. I was like, was that me running? Just trying every button right quick, making sure there's not like a button combination that would help me here. Right! That's what you do. That's why this is called the Rage Room. Is you use the Rage ability that I completely forgot about. Just, you know, that's what you expect to be able to do, right? Ride around on the letters for Rage. Yeah. Forgot this is the thing Bonk can do. Oh my god. I still think the other explanation also makes sense. No, that's wrong way. You're meant to do it that way, you silly man. And then you can just jump up. The problem is getting that item. Oh wait, there's a wall over this way somewhere, isn't there? Yeah, there we go. And you just ride the letters over. Nope. This game and it's fucking jank sometimes. As I jumped, you saw me jump, but I just didn't go anywhere. Also, apparently 6 hearts is the max, so that entire endeavor was fucking pointless. God damn it. All of that for nothing. Use the candy and go to the exit. I am small. Could become big, but I have no reason to become big. We've learned the ways. You know, when the game doesn't just do stupid things when you do the exact thing you're trying to do. Become regular Bonk, please. Thank you. Regular Bonk's physics are a lot more understandable to me. Sometimes, anyway. This is not one of those times, though. Can I? No, I think I think you only get... Right. You get rage when you're tiny. That's the problem. That's why I forgot all about it. Big jumps higher because, you know, big. You can also throw your head, as we've learned. Rage. Rage. We are not making it to the exit in time, though. Just absolutely not. It's right there again, but we're not making it because I had jumping problems. There's just like a teeny tiny bit of stiffness to it, and it's just enough to throw off quickly going places. Doesn't take much. It really doesn't. Okay, there was nothing hidden over here. Like, if you line this one up, it seems like you genuinely just kind of bounce all the way up, pretty much. They're having the items by default most of the time. You just gotta make sure not to go through the edge of a cloud like we did last time. Really thought I was gonna do exactly that a couple times there. There we go. Got everything and got to the goal. Excellent. Extra 10 smiles. That's what the rage signs are meant to be actually doing, is telling you when to use the rage ability. So you could actually use it to platform. Really not sure what they wanted me to do with it there, though, admittedly. When I can just do this. Oh, how many bonus stages are in this cave? Because there was another one on the other side of the wall, too. And we'd already done 2 of them. Now, I think actually head bashing's better, because I keep getting stuck on the plunger by just doing regular jumps. Still not sure how you're meant to do this fast enough, though. I think that last pump might have been enough. But it didn't matter because it didn't count. Okay, there's the exit. Get me the hell out of this cave. Oh. Huh. That was not... I don't think anybody expected where we came out of there. Giant Bonk. I'll be honest, I feel like Giant Bonk is more of a liability most of the time than a help. And then you just have this face that he makes. 'Cause yeah, you can't even like properly tumble when you're level in full power for Giant Bonk. Okay, yeah, just don't jump off that wall properly or anything. Just get the most limp dick jump you can, I guess. What the fuck is wrong with you? Jump where you're supposed to, Bonk, please. Why can't I get any kind of jump power off of that? Oh, because I'm pressing the wrong button. You would think you would launch off of there with the jump button, but no. Okay, it just didn't work that time. Oh, I don't fucking understand what's happening here. Why is this being so fucking stupid right now? I was too close to the top that time. I think I figured out the problem, and the problem is very stupid, and I'll explain in a second once I'm not down there anymore. So the problem is, I was pressing to the left because I wanted to have any control over where I was going. You don't want to do that. The second you press left, he lets go of the wall, so none of your fucking jump works. So we were having alternating problems of getting stuck on the lip, letting go of the wall too soon, and just me generally just not landing on the flower. All those problems were coming together to make that just the worst thing possible at that moment. Now there was a health extension over there that I do not need. Bash our way through this wall and get rewarded with regular size again, I guess. I don't really know if that counts as a reward. Hidden passageway. Crabless Cave. Oh, Crabless Lake, rather. Well, if it's called Crabless Lake, I presume I don't want to get crushed into a crab, then. Now, that just seems like the logical conclusion there. Unless maybe we want to be a crab, because we would then be the only crab in the lake, therefore we are the king of that lake. We automatically became a crab for this, though, so... preemptively shoot them, and then this works out way better. Because they've got enough lead time that you can make that. There we go. Got everything that time. Unless there were some off-screen that I never noticed. Now, 20 sounds like all of them. Excellent. 10,000 bonus points. Put the cup down way harder that time, so apologies if that was loud. No crab can climb. Oh, that's why they want to ensure that you don't turn into a crab in here. Is because you can't get back out. Which makes nothing but sense. Ah, my leg. You wanted to eat my leg. Need that for walking. I don't need it for bonking, thankfully, but walking's kind of important to get to the thing to bonk. Put a lot of health in here. I don't know if those are fins on the sides of their heads or if those are giant, like, pinkish red eyes that these little guys have, by the way. With this art style, it could genuinely be both. Not literally both at the same time, but, like, either is the more correct thing to say. Is there actually, like, any reason for me to have come over here, or did I just do this for fun? I just did this for fun. Okay. I was already at full health, so coming over here for the heal was completely irrelevant. Especially since there was a bunch of single hearts along the way here, too, so it's like, okay, but why, though? Okay, and this is just for restoring yourself if you got turned into a crab. Which it is always time for crab, but unfortunately not right now. I did have a warning about severe thunderstorms starting from like half an hour ago, by the way, so at any point we may start having problems. I say as I think I just heard a little bit of rumble in the distance, and I've had a headache like all day, so it seems likely. That's the neat part, he doesn't. It's a great weapon, though. somehow his skull just defeats everything. Welcome in, Tara. Hope you're doing well. Let's see, you don't need to balance when you can rotate. Speed. Ride it, huh? Oh, ride the rock. Understood. His powers get even more ridiculous. If I find any meat, you'll understand what I mean about his powers getting ridiculous. We're just going on a trip, I guess. I probably want to get into that gap over there. If I ever get to move. The momentum gets real weird when you're riding on things like that, apparently. Get rid of these knockoff dry bones. Sir? No. No. Apparently, ancient Egyptian conveyor belts are around here, because where those eyes were pointing was where I was going. Behold! We have become angry, and we can launch arrows out of our skull for some reason. And now we've lost it again. That guy robbed me for some of my smiles, which is irritating. Oh, I probably need that rock that was up there, huh? Oh, nothing for it but to spin. Ow. Ooh, extra life. Ooh. And now, we become tiny. Tiny and angry. Which allows us to still use our Quake powers, but the neatest thing about being tiny is we can yell the word rage and ride it around as a platform. His Bonk just does whatever Bonk wants. You don't need to worry about it. He's tiny and he rage. But you know, very relatable. Now we get taken away to a bonus stage again. But yeah, there's red candy that makes you small, yellow candy that brings you back to normal, and blue candy that makes you big. Come on. Can I actually get this to be a success for a change? It seems like you just have to, like, perfectly time your head bashes, and I don't think I've done it. Wait, yes! Great success, just in time as well. Necro Error, thank you for the raid. What were you up to today? Hopefully y'all were having a grand time with whatever it was. Ah, Zeri, you were behind this. I see, I see. Oh, that means this must be the Necro you had mentioned before, then. Welcome in, welcome in. What were y'all up to? Be out of here before I get crushed with boulders. And of course, if any of y'all need to raid and run, please make sure to do so. Taking care of yourselves should be your first priority. But we're just here playing Super Bonk for the Super Nintendo, trying to beat as many games as I can today. We already beat Bonk's Adventure for the regular Nintendo just about an hour ago. Because that's what I always do on Saturdays, is try to get through as many things as I can. So far, so good. Glad to hear you had a good time just hanging out and flipping houses. I'm assuming House Flipper 2? Or was it House Flipper 1? He may as well be. He can't throw any discs, but he can throw his head around real good. Okay. Yeah, he was more or less Hudson Soft's mascot for a good while. Well, back in this era. I will warn people that some of his transformations get a little weird, so he may not be as cute if I find a full power-up again. But, you'll see what I mean when we end up getting one. Yeah, he gets upgrades. Whenever he eats a piece of meat, he transforms into a different form, basically. There's also candy that makes him either larger or smaller, depending on which candy you eat in this game in particular. That part being one of the gimmicks of this specific one, I believe. Is there's a lot of Bonk games. There's Bonk's Adventure, which was the one we played earlier, Bonk's Revenge that we played last week, this one's Super Bonk, and then there's a couple other ones. I think the only candy that's near here was yellow candy, and that just turns you back to normal size, so that won't help. These plants are also your springs when they want to work. Could you please? Up, please, thank you. Yeah, see, there's a yellow candy up there. The timing on those is kind of fluky. So, every now and then you just kind of have to argue with it a bit. You can also tumble through the sky because, you know, that's what happens when you use your head for momentum like that, right? That's totally how that works. Can I climb this wall? I cannot. Oh, I can, sort of. Come on. There we go. Don't question it, it just works. Just... everything's fine. Yeah, no, the very weird art style of this game is consistent throughout the entire series. It's also his main means of attacking things, is slamming his head into them. Either horizontally or vertically. Use the candy and go to the exit. Ready? Start. That will turn me into a crab if I get crushed by that. Behold, he is Tiny Bonk now. Tiny Bonk goes very fast, but has one particular special ability, and that is screaming the word rage and becoming a platform. Don't ask how his words are so solid, but it's right up there with the fact that words can hurt. Oh yeah, no, he's got a head of stone, and honestly, it's impressive. With that candy. Now, raging there won't help anything. I didn't go this way when we did the bonus game before. Oh, that's why. Going this way is, in fact, not helpful. It makes nothing but sense that this was not the good direction to go. Don't mind the very rapid mashing noises you're hearing when I'm doing this. Everything is absolutely fine. Oh, I wanted to go in this path because I've never gone that way. Fine, I guess I'm just gonna leave. You have to tap really fast for him to tumble properly. So don't mind me as I just start up the lawnmower whenever I need to do that. You missed the bonus game that was all about tumbling like that as many times as you could before you reached the ground. That one I really was mashing like crazy for. I'm at full health. I don't need that heart. Okay, fine. I guess I'll go this way and see what's down here. There is, in fact, only this heart. Okay. Sadly, the 6 hearts we have is all I'm able to get in this game. That's just all you get. Oh, wait. No. There's a much more sensible way to do this. Come with me, Flower. You go over there. I may or may not have forgotten that I could do that until now. That is another one that's a gimmick for this particular one. I'd like to go to that bonus game, but I cannot fit in there. Yeah, there's also a whole bonus game of chucking those flowers into a basket, too. The Question Room. Huh, if I was small Bonk, I could get in there and get that extra life. Thankfully, we already have 8 lives, so we're probably fine. It's very easy to play at this point. And honestly, all the Bonk games are actually pretty easy. Sensitive ears, huh? Okay. Well, when in doubt, attack said sensitive ears. Oh, you have iframes, huh? Okay. Understood. Dropping things, understood. Probably don't want to go in that laser. That laser doesn't seem good for me. For anybody that's concerned, by the way, you do just revive in place if you lose a life. So, it's very generous in that regard as well. So you can just immediately continue the boss fight. Nope. So the risk with trying to do that tumble for fights like this, by the way, is if your feet land on your target, you end up taking the hit. So you gotta kind of time it. Which I have still yet to really get down too much. Damn it. His Bonk's only weapon is his head. His feet are not helpful. I thought I hit the fan, not the rabbit. There we go. There we go. Boss down. Wait a minute. Oh. Oh, that's not good. I lost the extended health bar. I don't really know how I lost the extended health bar, but my maximum health decreased there. Huh. Good thing there's lots of health extensions laying around in this game. Giant candy. Even bigger bonk. Act 4. Super big bonk in space. Hey, look, there's the planets. Huh. Wait, we passed Earth and the Moon already. Find the comet. Okay. Yeah, Bonk could just breathe in space, by the way. Don't worry about that. Everything's fine. There's Jupiter. There's a comet out here somewhere. Mars again. I guess I need to just keep going higher. I'm kind of keeping an eye out for health extensions and such. I mean, he's been fighting aliens the entire time. There's like this alien dinosaur that's been his main nemesis the entire time. Who keeps mind controlling people with like egg helmets for some reason. Which is probably what's going on in here. In the big comet empire. You know what? This flower doesn't help here. Come with me. You might be useful somewhere. Nope, that's got fake blocks as well. We'll just leave that flower there then. Extra life. This is the first of the games today that we've gotten to double-digit lives. There's the meat. So, he becomes like this when he gets full power. Don't ask, I don't understand either. He's just having a great time. You'd see more of it if he was in giant form, but he's also a dinosaur in half of his body in this form for reasons. Yeah, he's having a whole moment here. It's okay. His attack also turns into tongue for reasons. Alright. And if we had a chance to see what the... Oh, right, I meant to go around this way. That's how that works. If we had a chance to see the larger form of the yellow shirt version, he's a bird in that form. You only can see that when he's in giant form. And you get the upgrades. And from yellow form onward, he also petrifies everything when he slams his head into the ground. We seem to just be losing our health extensions now, and I don't really know why that's just a thing that's suddenly happening. I presume because of trying to increase the difficulty at this point in the game, maybe? I don't know. The world may never know. No, wait, I'm not losing them anymore. Maybe certain things remove them then. Not sure. Yeah, no, this game is just pure absurdity, and you just kind of have to learn to roll with it. This is basically what happens when you let developers just make whatever the hell they wanted to. Exactly. Because bear in mind, when I say that as a positive. I know, there are a lot of people that'll say that as a negative. I point that out on the positive side, usually. Up we go. Now I see that there's ledges I'm supposed to spawn there. Ah, god damn it. I was gonna say, I'm just gonna ignore that. Okay, I probably get into there from the right. So let's just spawn some of those ledges so I can make it across, and that'll work itself out. Here, I have a flower. Considering he was a snowman, somebody had clearly given him the cold shoulder before. Understandable there, Zeri. I'm sorry you had that anxiety attack, but hopefully things have been getting better at the very least. And rest well. Oh, the anti-gravity room. Whee! Those are spikes. Those are also spikes. That's good. Those were spikes. Also spikes. There are many spikes in this room. The curse of zero gravity being that you have less control over your life than you might think. Oh boy. If I could just get like one healing item, that'd be great, game. Yep, I lost some of my smiley faces. It's always great to see you, Zeri. Oh, I died right next to the healing items. Sad days. But it's okay. Bonk rises from his grave and then picks up the healing anyway. Yep, hopefully we get to see each other again soon. Yeah. And away! Which, I'm bad about noting this, but a note for everybody new here, we do actually have a goal for reaching 1K followers, and we are only 29 away from that. So if you want to see even more absurd things than this happen, you may want to hit that follow button to see what the 1K reward will pan out to be. I always try to do something goofy, you know that. And the 1K one is going to be very cursed in the best kind of way. So I may or may not have assembled a very specific nightmare to put myself through to reward or to all of y'all for helping make that 1K goal happen. This is very fitting music for me describing that idea as well. Go down we go. This way, please. That's fair. Hey, power up. Tiny angry Bonk. No longer angry. I gotta be careful with these guys with the big mouth, because they will eat me. Quite literally. We'll just head slide out of there. Into the voice room. Rage. Because that's the other thing Rage does, is it is actually an attack. And of course, this being a Super Nintendo game, when it gets real hectic, there is definitely going to be some slowdown, and boy are we there right now. That is not the stream having an issue, that is not the computer having an issue, that is just Super Nintendo happening. Off to bonus game. Use the candy and go to the exit. Don't get crabbed. Crab is not as good at moving around because you can't flip as a crab. You may start hearing some thunder in the background, by the way. I apologize in advance about that. It is still storm season, so there will still be storms. They are just a constant concept around here. With a bit of luck, it won't get that bad, but we'll see. There we go. Oh, apparently that was bad, because I didn't pick up enough items. I was curious to see if there was going to be a special thing for being fast, is why I just zoomed out of there. I was gonna say, we hadn't seen the evil plants in a while, and lo and behold, there's one right there. It tries to hunt you down. Oh, that's what those plants do this time. They just stay with you. I'm assuming that would have, like, helped me jump better, probably. Ah. This place is just non-stop ice physics. Oh, you know, I see what they want me to do, but I'm just gonna do it this way. Oh, you... You're gonna be that way, huh? Fine, I'll do it the way you want me to, then. Just use them as a platform. Though they tell you to use Rage there, too, so I guess they left it open as both. They're tiny... Candy... Brain forgot the word candy for a second there. Up. And bonus room. Yeah, ordinarily on these days, we do try to beat a lot of games. Today, it's probably going to be just this and Bonk's Adventure that we beat earlier. This is definitely one of the tired days, because we had a late collab yesterday, and I did my first episode of my new show, Drac Attack, on Thursday, which was a lot to get through, too. Which, if you go look at the VOD for Drac Attack, you'll get a real good idea of the kind of nonsense that I'll be getting up to for the 1K reward. Because we played some cursed nonsense for that, and it's gonna be on a similar tier. Or, let's put it that way. Another bonus game. As we get kidnapped by a flower again. Yep, blow up the balloon again. You know, I'd say we're helping these kids play with this balloon, but since we're exploding it, I really don't know if that's going to make them very happy. And again, kids do enjoy watching things explode sometimes, so you never know. And away! Extra 10 points. I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure what the smiles do in this particular game. Is in Bonk's Revenge for the Game Boy that we had played before, I'm pretty sure 100 of them rather was a 1-up, and we have more than 100 now, so I don't know. That's kind of a thing with the Bonk games, is they change the rules a fair amount from game to game, so you never really know what you're getting sometimes. I went the wrong way. And, oh, I went the really wrong way now. I'm all the way back down here now. That's the downside to all those bonus rooms, is you can very easily lose track of where you are in the stage. Maybe going this way will be helpful. Now, it's telling me to go back the other way, so I have a sneaking suspicion this may not, in fact, work out according to plan. But there's more than one way to accomplish everything. Okay, I think I see the vision. Do this to do that. Get up here. And we rage against this wall. So we're small enough to fit under there. I forgot about the momentum. No! The thing is, this game does actually use momentum very heavily. So if you jump to the left when the rage platform is going left, you'll get a boost going that way. If you try to go the opposite way, it's a problem. As demonstrated there. I don't have to go up there to begin with, but I was suspicious that I was gonna want that flower or for something. And that's why I tried to go for it. The ice physics again. Egg. Anyway, let's just go ahead and do that again, I guess. No, don't take the lower path. I was thinking about it for a second, but I think it's a bad idea. There we go. Let's see if there's any benefit to having gone up here. No, this is just another entrance, I guess. It's a good thing Tiny Bonk can still pick up a flower, but it looks like that flower's just for getting that candy if you entered from this angle. So I think it doesn't benefit me in the slightest, unfortunately. Like, there's a trick I probably could do to, like, launch up to somewhere with that flower, but I don't think it would work for our current situation. Be advised, by the way, we do pause for ad breaks, so you won't be missing anything in that regard. Yep, that's what I knew was gonna happen there. That's why I didn't really want to jump onto those, for anybody that was wondering what that situation was about. Yeah, I get up, stretch, and do things during the ad break, so you're not going to miss anything important. At most, I'll come back and talk about some of the future plans a little bit. With those that can hear me. And then we'll be back to action once the ad timer's gone. Bonk, why are you like this? I had a plan, and it just went, no. No plan for you. Not allowed. You cannot have that. Oh yeah, that is another thing we have in play right now, though it's not been particularly relevant today, is every Saturday when I'm doing these, I do have a life system. That's why there's 3 copies of my Screaming Body down there. Every time I have to use a continue, that goes down. Or raids, follows, subscriptions, any of that will also allow somebody to raise or lower the life count by 1 as they see fit. I forgot to mention that when y'all came in, and that's on me. It's been one of those days. Okay, good. I managed to get the letter so that I could ride. And now ads are here. So, you can tell I'm not going to be active because the screen is gray. I'll be back in just a moment after I do what I need to do, and then once ads are done, we'll be back, act properly. Okay, I have returned. We are almost back. I'm just scanning through and making sure I'm not missing anything important that's going on off to the sides here. So bear with me on that. And as usual, I have nothing particular to be like, absolutely, I need to talk about this right now or anything. But I have a few schemes cooking. Yep, somebody posted in the wrong spot, but that's okay. Yeah, no, I'm too late to help out with that problem too, but that's okay. They already had people hop up, it looks like, so they'll be fine. I know I'm forgetting something, but forgetting something is a constant state of being for me. You just kind of get used to that happening around here. Oh yeah, I remember now. I was gonna talk a little bit about the continuing thoughts I have about potentially doing Ko-fi subscriptions instead of the Twitch subscriptions. But I have gotten a major follow-up thought to that still, which is why it had wandered off my brain. That's why it didn't quite land. Now it all makes sense. But we'll be back in action here in just a second, so we will put everything back into their correct locations and then get ready to do the thing. You can expect the stream probably to only last at most another hour, by the way, because we will be wrapping up when this game is done. Welcome back from ads, everybody, now. You may have caught the tail end of that thought, and I'll just go ahead and clear that up like I was saying. This is last game for the day, so we will be wrapping up after this game, and I think this is the final area, but I don't know that for certain. Ordinarily, I go much longer than this on these days in particular. But as mentioned, I've been doing a lot this week. So that's why we're kind of balancing today down a little bit. Showy glasses. I don't see how the glasses are involved here at all. That's just a vacuum elephant that summons little snowmen? Are these meant to be like dust guys? Yeah, a bunch of people have been saying that. He just uses his head. Because, you know, when you got a big head like this, you may as well use it. How do I harm you? Oh, the eyes, okay. Yeah, you know what? They did call them showy glasses, so I guess it makes sense that the eyes would be the place to hit. They were telling me what to do. Yeah, you know. Why not give your mammoth vacuum a helicopter propeller on its back? As I now just bully the hell out of it as I can. How many hits do you take? The victory of head pogo. There we go. You know, I've seen a vacuum get clogged before, but I've never seen one explode like that. Though anything could explode if you use it wrong enough. Well, we blew that up. Completely, apparently. Boy. Now, see, the difference is you actually accomplished something. Act 5, the Battle Crab Beyond the Galaxy. Oh, we're just a crab now. Welcome to Twilight Space, not to be confused with the Twilight Zone. Oh, I hit the nah, which apparently just hurts me. And I did it again. I spun that around right in front of me, which was a mistake. It's 800 points. There we go, we finally got our 6th heart back, and immediately got hurt again. Ooh, 10,000 points, let's go. Minus, nah. 10k points again. If none of this makes sense, don't worry, even if you had been here the entire time, this still wouldn't make sense. Ooh, minus health extension, don't want that. The short version of what's been going on with this game is our longtime opponent, the alien dragon from space, captured Bonk using the most obvious trap in the world and sent him sailing through time. And, well, now we're here. And as far as I'm aware, the points don't really do much. I think they might be getting me extra lives, because I think I saw one happen from points at some point. But it hasn't really been super relevant. And yeah, basically, we even jump good, so it works out. And away! Behold, we have crossed through time and space again. And now we're back in the Twilight Jungle. Or at least I'm assuming we're back here. This feels like where we came from. You know, except worse. Oh, yeah, and there's still evil plants. Those are still a thing that exists. Oh, bouncing off that was a good choice. I found another extra life. Ah, and then I got eaten by a plant, which we will now need to escape. Usually this only happens if you're tiny Bonk, but apparently that one's big enough to just eat standard size Bonk.
I think you're knocking something loose into my head. Oh, I think I'm dead.
I mean, he is, yes. Nope, I didn't get turned facing the right way. Get the meat so that people who have not seen how this works gets to see how he interacts with food. Behold, he has become angry and more powerful. And if I can find either a larger piece of meat or another one, you'll see the absurdity that is his maximum power. Wait, there's meat right there. Behold, whatever the hell this is supposed to be. Yeah, you know. Okay, we got doors. Oh, this is gonna be the boss rush, isn't it? Yeah, especially considering there's a bunch of health extensions in this room that I accidentally grabbed already. Yep, it's boss rush time. So we've got to fight the Lunar Bunny. Which, this is where we lost our health extensions before, so this is what I was worried about after accidentally picking up the other ones. If I do it right, I can actually just do an infinite here, but I'm not good enough at that. Especially when the edges of that UFO count. She has iframes, so I can't actually just, like, constantly bounce. Otherwise, I take a hit like I just did there. Yep, there went one of my health extensions. I just watched it fall. So that is how that worked. I was wondering why I was losing those. Yeah, even if I didn't get hit, those power-ups are only temporary. The ones that make him turn into, like, his crazy forms and everything. There we go. Bust down. We lost 2 health extensions. I know I still had 1 there? So we'll still at least be able to have 5 hearts. Assuming they don't respawn, which they probably don't. You know what? Oh, okay. Guess I'm not gonna get to turn into Giant Bonk for one of these fights. I had a cunning scheme, and it was not allowed. Time for Flower Bounce. God damn it. Of course the flower decided not to move back into position at all. Yeah, we're not getting the best result here, probably. We can only hope for good enough. Especially if I'm playing it like this. I might still be able to get everything, it's just not going to be fast. Nope, got everything. Just with only 8 seconds left instead of, like, the 20 we did on the best one we did. Don't want this big heart. Okay, turns out its hitbox goes lower than I thought it did. I was gonna walk under it, and then that didn't work. That's maze time, okay. Hey, and it's time for crab. Thankfully, candy turns you back from being a crab. But you know, not really that inaccurate. I'm very crabby until people hand me candy, too. Candy makes everything better. Let's see about grabbing as many items as we can this time. Since that seems to be the only thing these bonus games are scored on, is the items. Well, the items only until you don't actually make it to the exit of these exit ones, rather. There we go. Back to small, so we can traverse the terrain better. Alright, grab that. Rage! Away! Just ride my way to victory. Very good. Ever since I remembered that I could do that, that has become my favorite thing to do. Go ahead and grab this other bonus game. Shoot the smileys and get items. Welcome to the bonus game version of the thing we did to fly through space. Which is the only reason it wasn't weirder that we were doing that. Even though it was already kind of weird. I probably should have saved this one, though, because you can heal in this one. But it's fine. I mean, this is about as absurd as Crab Champions normally is, really. Just with less bullets on screen. And the frame rate's still intact. Excellent. Bonus 10,000 points. Worst case, we can tank our way to victory just fine using all these extra lives we have. What's this question mark door? Oh, that's probably the actual, like, final boss. Since I can't go in there right now. Comet Empire. So, doing this fight again. Okay. Kind of figured since it was number 4. I wasn't sure if they actually did them in order or not. But that's proof that they did in fact do exactly that. We are going to take some hits here. Just because I'm doing this very lazily. But that's why we have 14 lives. Is to be able to tank my mistakes. Yeah, because he's actively, like, doing his upward attack this time instead of just lazily floating around and letting me beat him up. I will say, I feel like these bosses take more hits than they need to. Especially for the fact that they're kind of a non-issue. I do not want to be large Bonk. I will go back to being full health and then go do this boss. This is the one I was complaining about not having reach for. Beat up all the little things. And then they go run off to go get the big one. Because we were tiny Bonk for this fight when we did it before, and not having attack range was an issue. Not that I anticipate this being that much better with regular Bonk size range, but it'll be better at least. To see, the targets you're hitting also do contact damage for those who weren't here for the fight earlier. And that's what makes this fight kind of terrible. Is you have, like, no mobility in the water. So you can just get constantly hit. And you just have no recourse, really. Like, this is, like, the worst boss in this game. Like, there's probably a method to make this better, but I don't think that excuses the way this is designed. The orbs themselves really should never have had contact damage if they wanted this to work well. The threat should have been when it spins after you hit it. Or, like, bumping into the spikes or the main body, not just existing near the thing you need to hit when you have no attack range at all. Especially when this thing takes up as much of the room as it does. Oh yeah. Because of the way the life system in this game works, it's near impossible to fail these fights unless you run out of lives. And now the first boss, who is probably going to manage to kill me anyway just because I have one hit of health left. Especially if I screw up the launch. Nope, we're good. Or not, because slowdown ate my spin. Thanks, game. Yeah, this guy, you can literally just kind of hang out above him and just win. Yep, that's what I was afraid of, is I was gonna have my landing not work. Which, to be fair, I went early because I was expecting him to shoot, and he just kind of sat there. Or vibing. There he goes, he's dead. Very, very easy fight. If I had been a little more patient, we could have done that without losing that life. But it doesn't matter. Can I go in question mark door now? Gotta go around to get to it because I can't go through the tiny gate. Maybe I have to be big to go through that gate? Because, like, maybe I need to block the water with my head? No, because there's a yellow candy there. Smiley navel. Okay. How do I harm you? Do I hit? Oh, I probably hit you in the stomach based on the name, which is gonna make killing you actually much more of a problem compared to basically everything else. Because, you know, managing to reach him with our non-existent attack range. Yep, hitting him in the stomach is the answer. Yeah, this is going to be a very easy way for us to lose a lot of lives. And it's not even going to be because of his attacks. That's the sad part. It's going to be just because of walking into him or getting hit like that while I'm trying to reach him to attack him. Okay. This is just kind of awful. Like, this is only difficult because Bonk's attack range is so fucking bad. And he's probably gonna take a lot of hits, just like all the other bosses in this game. And it doesn't help that your only recourse for avoiding that shot he does is getting onto this plant over here quickly, and you kind of can't. I guess, actually, that's a thought. Except that doesn't work at all because doing that is so fucking slow. Is the plants do damage. So what you can do is throw the plant at him. But as you can see, that just does not work very well either. Like, there's gotta be a good strategy for this fight, but I'm not seeing it. Actually, no, I'm a fool. I know exactly what the smart play for this fight is, and I don't have the ability to do it. Because I would need to be Tiny Bonk and use the Rage Shout to attack him from a distance. But I would have to manage to get around the yellow candy that's at the doorway to this fight. Yeah, see, I can't do a jump attack at it either. Wait, I just couldn't hurt him? What the fuck? Who designed this fight? I just want to talk. I think he's changed phases. He seems to be working differently now a little bit. Unless... Yeah, I can't hurt him by hitting him in the chest anymore, so I don't understand what I'm supposed to do here anymore. And he doesn't stand still long enough for me to, like, hit more places to try to figure this out. Okay, no, it is still hit him there, it just... I guess it just wasn't working? Question mark? We've lost half of our lives to this, I would like to point out. Because he's got that stun move now. Oh, wait, I think he's dying? Yep, there we go. So throwing the plants at him definitely works well, just you had a tendency to get yourself hit. Stage 5 clear, so I guess that wasn't the final area. Huh. Usually the boss rush is the final area, but I guess maybe, yeah, he's his own area. But he's back? I'll have to use my last resort. Act 6, the final battle on Earth. Drool's Tower. Oh, that's right, his name is literally Drool. I forgot about that. Because it rarely actually gets mentioned. So, it just didn't even occur to me. I'm supposed to be using Rage. Is there a small candy around here somewhere? I can't use Rage in this form. There we go, we got an extra life. There's a regular size candy here. Okay, good, we got our full health bar back again. Yeah, no, that's only down. That's definitely not going back the other way. Thanks, game. That's clearly what I wanted to do, was go all the way back down to the bottom of the climb I was doing. There we go. Become smaller. This way we can rage properly. So boy, have I been doing a fine job of that on my own. There we go. Fire the rage. Jump up. Always remember to shoot it in the opposite direction of where you want to go. Oh, that was some frame rate of all time right there. I want this. Well, never mind, it's gone. Gone forever. Thankfully, so's the enemy, so it works out. It's kind of funny how much they make use of the small mechanics, but they don't actually make you use the big mechanics much. Which, admittedly, there's not that much in the way of big mechanics, so it makes sense. Like, the egg form is just kind of there. That's what I need to remember about the wall bouncing, by the way, is you don't actually have to press direction at all while you're wall bouncing. You can literally just mash the bounce button and you'll basically be fine. Up we go. I do wonder how it determines which minigame to give you. That flower just fucking dodged my ass. Oh, we actually landed on that flower properly for a change. Well, everything went wrong because unexpected positive results. Which is a hell of a thing to say, but it's true. Like, maybe it's just me, but if something good happens, it shouldn't cause everything to go wrong like that. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, none of that worked according to plan in the slightest. So, it could always have been worse because we didn't die. Not that there really is a way for us to have died there, but you get the point. There's always room for it to be worse. Is that guy to parkour? Because, you know, the classic phrase is use your head. But I contend that why can't I use somebody else's head? Someone else's skull makes a much better platform for me climbing than my own skull does. Oh my god. Thanks, I hate it. Bye-bye, dragonfly. That worked out. Wasn't quite the intended plan for how to solve that problem, but you know what? Sometimes the unintended solution is better than the intended solution. I feel like I've demonstrated that on numerous occasions already. Oh my god, why can't I climb that wall like I've done so many other times now? He just keeps not colliding with that wall at the very last bit now, for some reason. That's what I was trying to do the entire time, was just get back up there that way. So I didn't have to go the long way around. And at that point, the long way around would have been faster. Invisible Bonk. Can you? I don't know, can I? I see what they wanted me to do, I think, but, I've already fucked it up, so... Oh, yeah. They wanted me to get invincibility. And then just run. That is exactly what I thought. But unfortunately, I missed the plan. I'm like, yeah, I could just tank this. Turns out, no, I would not have been able to tank this. No meat. Can you? How the fuck? I needed to have been tiny Bonk for this, not big. But they put the big candy there to screw you. And there's an extra life to make up for the life I lost, at least. These extra hits are for tanking our way through the problems of life. Normal size. Run through him, run through him. So we wasted one life that we got back, and then, well, a lot of doings transpired. Ahead, can you? Ah. Yes, yes I can. Because you actually need to go around that way in order to get through. And that's why there's a full heal up there, presumably. What's down the tiny path over here? Okay, just an easier way up. And then we're forced back into regular size. Problem is, I did make that spacing with Tiny Bonk in mind, foolishly. What the fuck? Am I meant to get up there now, though? Oh, because I can just jump up there. You know what? That makes nothing but sense when you say it that way. There we go. And since we have full health going in here, if there is a boss right here, we're good. The final trap. Okay. Oh, you know, I could just climb this wall, huh? Ow. There we go. The final trap was not so bad. Secret. Doesn't seem that secret. There's the boss right there. I have literally a fraction of a hit left, though. Okay, he's dropping the ceiling on me. Oh, thankfully that couldn't actually hurt me, because that last block should have got me. Ah! So we climbed that whole tower just from to knock it down with me in it. Ow. So it turns out the final trap was not, in fact, the climb up, but it was the fact that he made the entire tower itself the trap. What am I doing here? Am I meant to attack the grabby hands? What's going on here? We might actually get a game over here because I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I'm doing. Because nothing I'm doing is working. Nowhere I'm attacking oh, I had to survive, that's why. And now I'm big enough to fight him. Man, you got big, huh? Really? That's your big play for killing me, huh? Is just come chomping at me. Okay. What happened to the hands you were just using? Where'd they go? Actually, no, they're up there next to him. He's just not using them for some reason. We have 6 lives. We might be okay. Really depends on how dumb the rest of this gets. Because obviously he's gonna be like a 3-phase fight or so, like he was in all the other games. Actually, no, was he 3 phases in the last one, or was he just like 1? No, he was 2 phases in Bonk's Adventure and 3 in Revenge. So it could go either way with this one, I guess. Just gotta break his Wily machine first, and then we'll figure out what happens after that. Come on. Any day now, buddy. Come on. Come at me, bro. Correct. We have so little health, and yet we're kind of making it work. We got him. At least that phase. Yep, now he switches to tank mode. And because I over-tumbled, I died there. God damn it. Okay, he does dodge. How do I harm you? No, the front isn't the hitbox either. I just meant to, like, wait him out? Or am I supposed to, like, somehow hit him in the back? It might be just hit him when he stops. Which would be dumb, but I'd believe it. It may be, like, hitting, like, right in the center of the crown. No, I pinged off of there and nothing happened. Okay, there we go. It's toward the back, I guess. Which is kind of weird. But the engines are blinking, so I guess that's what I'm meant to be hitting. Getting actually, like, behind him would be a whole thing. There we go. Now it's working. Now that I know where I'm hitting. This fucking guy. No sooner did I say it was working, did it stop working. And as soon as I said it stopped working, it started working again. That's what, hit 4? 3 or 4? The amount of, like, random moves he's doing is getting really irritating. This is not even making it more difficult, it's just making him annoying. Like, sure, you could say it's representing that he's learning from previous times we've bonked him to death. But it's not accomplishing anything, and that's the problem. All it's doing is making the fight take longer. If he was, like, shooting at me when he did that, or anything like that, it would make a lot more sense. Because at least then it would be accomplishing something. Which, technically, yes, it is accomplishing something. It's pissing me off. Which, if that's the goal, then, you know, more power to you. And, like, the short stops he's doing when he actually catches me, those are also good. It's the ones where he goes all the way back off the screen that I'm like, but why, though? What's the point to this? You can't even approach fast enough to make that work. Like, if they did it just as a goof, then sure, why not? I see the vision there. Like, this already takes more hits than it needs to. He should be dead by now. And instead, I'm the one that's dead. Because that's hit, what, like 5 or 6? This is why a lot of games developed that rule of 3, where bosses like this would just die in 3 hits. Because it just starts getting tedious after a while if they take too many more hits than that. Yep, I kind of figured I was down to the last hit with how much of a pain he was being. So that was, what, 7 hits to kill him? 8 hits? Something like that? Oh, even bigger. That's right, you better run. Behold my outline, that's the size of how big I usually am. No, I can jump. Okay. I'm assuming I'm just meant to catch up to him and then jump on him. 'Cause I can't bonk or anything. All I can do is jump. This is at least silly. It's going on a little longer than it needs to at the moment, but, you know. Oh, I can speed up, that's why. Ah! Come here! Crunch! Yeah, I was trying all the buttons and I didn't try right until late. Wait. No. Okay. It's his turn in the trap machine. Bye, idiot. Okay, that's at least funny that it came full circle. the no was I really thought they were gonna have Bonk pick the meat up again and get sent back to the beginning, and it was just gonna be like a Groundhog Day situation of just looping over and over again. But that's Bonk's Adventure and Super Bonk beaten today. Bringing our total up to 41 and our total for the month to 7. And both of which without having ever needed to use a continue or anything. So while he walks along, I'm gonna go ahead and get that counted on the list. It is now joining Final Fantasy IV, Hammer and Harry for the Game Boy, Wario Blast for the Game Boy, Bonk's Revenge for the Game Boy, McDonald's Treasure Land for the Genesis, Bonk's Adventure for the Nintendo, and now Super Bonk for the Super Nintendo. All in this month. I will be putting the clear list up on the same like Google sheet that I had it on before, but I keep forgetting to update that. At some point, I will remember to do that. When that some point is, question mark. Let's see who's on and doing what, though, and we'll find ourselves somewhere to be. Because I definitely don't have it in me to beat a third game today. Could I play a third game? Yes. I would not be able to beat anything, though, I don't think, unless it was something very, very short, which I don't have anything like half-hour short that isn't gonna be super difficult. It's like most things that are only like a half an hour are like shmups and such, and I ain't good enough at those to zoom through that. I'll be back. This did end up being basically a 4-hour stream, which is my normal length for anybody that hasn't been here before. We do tend to go only like 4 hours these days. Because I just don't have the energy to go super long all the time. Oh, we're actually getting results. Hang on. Your Bonk's results. Am I supposed to press a button here? Nope. I guess that's just the... I thought it was going to give me like a rating or a letter or something, but no, I guess it's just this is what you had at the end. We got a lot of points. That is... That's... I'm measuring wrong. So... 9,000's there. 25 million points? Like that? I don't usually have to go past the thousands, so brain was struggling for a second there. Because most things that go past the thousands these days shorten it to insert K or what have you. I didn't even really think about it. So that should also be its own sign of the fact that my brain's kind of done. Can I, like, get the game to do anything now, though? Nope. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just reset it, so that we can at least have the title screen music while I figure out where we're going. So we at least have something other than dead silence while I think about this. As usual, this is going to take me a minute to make a decision. Because we got a solid amount of people online right now. And as usual, schedule coming up. Since today's Saturday, there is no stream tomorrow. Monday, we go back to Hades 1. Which we are close to managing to do what I needed to do for that. All I need to do is get one win, and we were right there last week. we got done in by the fact that Hades himself had more than one phase. Otherwise, we would have been good to go and done with Hades in 2 sessions. Then Tuesday, we're doing Din's Champion because the devs actually reached out about me covering the 1.0. The 1.0 comes out on Monday, but I had said that I already had something scheduled that day, and they were happy enough to have me cover it the day after. And then Thursday is Repo, Friday is Up in the Air, Saturday should be beating more games, though it'll probably be beating a game instead of multiple games at this point. Just because of the amount of games we have left that I can think of to do. I'm gonna knock the audio for a second here so I can take a look at where some of these are at. Okay, so that's what they're doing and where they're at. I hate having too many options. I really do. I really need to trim this. He says for the I've lost count time. There's 2 people here with very similar names, and I thought I only knew one of those, and now I'm questioning so many things. No. I'm being picky, because I'm always picky. That's what I do best. Right, some people changed names. That's why some of these don't make sense. I just saw another one that I'm like, wait, I've never seen that name before, but I recognize the icon, so I'm like, okay, they got a new name, that's why. Okay, you know what, that's fair. That's very fair. I haven't rated you in a while. How far in are you? Oh, you've just got a whole mess going on. I'm not processing that right now. Which, nothing against them, but that does remind me why I don't rate them that often. They usually are very overstimulating. Which again, nothing against anybody that has a lot going on constantly on screen and all of that. That's just not how I like things, so I frequently will not pass over to that because I cannot process it. I look at it and go, ah! My brain just starts setting itself on fire. Yeah, you're getting ready to end. Which that's the other problem, is I want to sometimes go for the friends I have that are in other time zones, but ending at a point like this tends to mean that they're all getting ready to end. What are you playing there? Looks familiar. But it also doesn't? You know what? No, we'll go over there anyway because they're doing a celebration, and we love to support celebrations. Squeaky Ducky is apparently celebrating 4 years today, so we'll go ahead with that thought. Yeah, no, that is what I thought Squeaky was playing. Okay. That gives me another reason to want to send a raid over here, because I don't get to see people playing Lort very often, which has gotten some updates, and I would love to play more of that. Oh, but they're literally about to end. They're literally scheduled to end in 8 minutes. Never mind. Squeaky's lovely, but if they're ending in 8 minutes, let's not, because that's gonna last for all of the time, basically, to have the raid go through, and then they'll be moving right along. So I'm just gonna tell y'all, hey, go check out Squeaky Ducky, but we're gonna go raid somewhere else. I'm all over the fucking place, and I apologize for that, but this is my brain doing what my brain does. What is happening here? No, I can't fathom what the hell's going on that screen, so no. God damn it. Easy option is a problem. Why can't I figure anything out? My brain is a menace to my functionality, and I do not appreciate it. I haven't been over here at all, but they are celebrating their birthday. And that's... No, that's not gonna work either. Okay, great. Is there on a BRB right now? I'm just striking out everywhere I damn well look today. Bloody hell. That one ended. That was another one I was thinking about, and I literally just watched them disappear off the list, so that's great. Why does this have to be so complicated? Like, this genuinely shouldn't be this complicated, and yet here we are. I'm not even gonna try to make sense of what I just saw there. Nope. Not dealing with it. Nope. Not it. Like, part of me is like, you know, maybe we just don't raid today, but I don't want to do that. I'm already so sick of seeing this fucking ad. Almost every stream I've tried to open to check what they're doing, if I get hit with an ad, it's been that same stupid fucking Fortnite ad, and I'm losing it. Wait, are you live, or are you only live with them? You are not live right now. Okay. Are you ending, or are you just, like... Yeah, you're ending too. Fucking hell. Everywhere I look, they're ending stream. I did not realize that 6 o'clock was the time everyone ends stream. Good lord. Like, is this just like a known shift change time or something? Like, half of the people streaming all end at 6 and then a bunch of people come on? Is that just a thing that I didn't know about because I never end stream at 6? Except I've done a bunch of streams that ended at 6 lately, so that's not true at all anyway. We've been trying to pick a raid target for what, like 5 minutes now? Good lord. I'm so sorry this is taking so long. I'm gonna go ahead and snooze those ads a bit, so we should have enough time to figure this out. If it still takes longer than that to figure this out, it's fucking over. Like, this does not have to be complicated, and yet here I am making it complicated. Nope, you're scheduled to end soon too. Just Christ's sake. Did I find somebody that at least isn't actively saying they're ending soon? I'll take that at this point. Like, I'm down to just, like, 2 specific criteria. Not somebody with more than 30 people watching right now, and somebody that isn't about to end. That's all I want right now. And that is way harder to find than you might think. Lord. Doesn't help that I'm pretty sure Twitch isn't showing me, like, half of my list right now. Because I swear there are people I know that are normally on right now, and I don't see them on this list, which doesn't make sense. And yet some of them, when I've searched them, didn't show up either, so they must just not be on today for one reason or another. This might be one of those rare times where I actually, like, trim the end of a VOD, because this is just getting bad at this point. Who the hell are you? I love finding all of these people that I'm like, I don't even recognize who you are, even though I'm following them. You're probably ending soon too, aren't you? Yeah, no, you're ending soon too. Fucking criminy. Just can't fucking win right now. Yes, I know pre-roll ads are on right now. It's almost like I've been here for the past 10 minutes trying to make a simple decision. And failing. At this point, I'm half expecting another one of those situations if we get a last-minute raid as I'm trying to find somebody to raid out to myself, and we just have that whole moment again. And like we did a couple weeks ago. Good lord, I'm just having the worst time making this decision today, apparently. Do you happen to come back from your BRB? Okay, you did. You know what? We'll go with that then, perhaps. Let me just check to make sure. Oh, a couple things first. No, that looks fine. Okay, yeah, that'll be fine. So it looks like they'll be gone for a bit. Yeah. So we'll go raid a Tailink who's celebrating their birthday today. Looks like it's their second day of their birthday-a-thon, so it might not be the actual day of, but we'll head over there anyway, because I have not had a chance to raid them yet, and they've seemed good every time I've interacted with them. I've not interacted heavily with them yet, so this is kind of a sight unseen one a bit. But they're about to do some goofy nonsense, so that should be fun. So, thank you all so much for taking the time to be here. Sorry it took me this long to make a decision, but y'all have seen me struggle with that before, so that really shouldn't be anything too shocking. But be good to Tay, she's good people, and I will see you all next time. Good night, everybody.